I just want to say before the video starts that I still have some of these shirts available on my Etsy page. It's my logo with my company name on the back of it. Now, I think I'm all out of mediums, but I still have small, large, and extra large. So the link will be in the bio, and let's get into the video. Hello again, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is something completely different, and it was something that I've been wanting to do for a while, but I'm a painter on my off days, and it's something that I would love to do as a career. Ever since COVID, I've been using different mediums for my art, so I never knew how to sculpt, and then during COVID I picked that up, and then I went even harder on my drawing and painting skills, and it just kind of just tumbled after that, like a snowball effect. And now I've been using different canvases as my medium and trying to explore what I can paint on and how so. I've done Nike shoes, I've done Freddy Krueger Nike shoes, I painted on a denim jacket, which I'll show now, that I did a couple, 2 years ago I believe, from one of my favorite video games, Resident Evil 2, and I thought it came out amazing. I love it. It's hanging up in my room, and that was interesting because I had to not only just lay it out as a canvas for myself, just paint it on with acrylic. I had to actually use a fabric softener, like a one-to-one with my acrylics. So it was a learning experience, but thought I nailed it pretty much. It's the look that I wanted. Everything came out perfect. This time around, I was like, all right, let me try painting on jeans. It was the same method because it's both denim. This is the video I'm gonna show you today, and I'm gonna try to take you step by step on how I do it. I looked up videos on YouTube before I got started. I took pretty much different videos and just mixed them together to create my own little structure of how I do it personally. So I'm going to show that to you now, and this is a two-part jeans project. So I did one leg and the other leg, and I didn't record any of the first bit because I was like, oh, I'm just gonna make a TikTok video and do it real quick. But when I was starting the second leg, I was like, you know what, let me make some kind of teaching tutorial video, even though I don't think I'm a great teacher at all. So this video probably won't help a lot of people, but I just thought, for the hell of it, and I wanted to upload something besides doing unboxing, reviewing other things. So I wanted to do a video about what I love to do when I'm not doing those kind of things or working. Yeah, I'm gonna take you right into the video, and I'm gonna do my voiceover and tell you my process of what I'm doing as far as the second part of this project goes. So before we get started, this is GAC 900 from Golden. It is a heat set fabric painting medium, and on the back it shows you that it's 1-to-1 ratios for your mixing with acrylics and everything like that, and it also has formaldehyde, so I wouldn't work this in enclosed spaces or anything like that, just in case. And I'm also using this just cheap acrylic I got from the store. It's like $1 a bottle. I think any acrylics work with this project. It's just what you're comfortable using and how much water they put in their products. Also, for a paint palette, you can use just tinfoil. I use wax paper or tinfoil. It's just, it's around the house and it's easy to use or whatever. And I just throw it out when I'm done. And I found this piece of wood that worked out perfectly. I just wrapped it in saran so it can slide down the pants leg easy. And it makes it for a hard surface so that when I'm painting, it's direct and there's no real folds or anything to the jeans. So I want a nice smooth surface when I'm painting. So this is how I just kind of adjust the canvas to where I want it to be. I'd fold the insides and make sure the lines are evened up. And sometimes the jeans do have a little wrinkling to them. You can use clips. I didn't have any, so I just kind of made the best of it. And this is the outline I did to show directly where I was gonna have my design fall, and just give me a little visual of where my design was going to go. My base color for Georgie is going to be this yellow because it's mostly his raincoat. So I'm going to lay this on first so that the design I sketched up in Procreate will go right on top of that to make it easier to see. So now I'm just putting my yellow onto my little tinfoil palette here. And for the GAC 900, like I said, it's supposed to be 1:1 ratio. But what I usually do is I just take it and pour it either on top of the acrylic or on the side and just pretty much eyeball mix them. Now to mix these up, I'm just using my brush. I know that people use like a plastic knife, but it's just my preferred method. And you're gonna see here when I'm brushing onto the denim, sometimes if you put too much GAC 900, it would be like really transparent or just look like you're putting water on top of the clothes. But I just try to, like I said, eyeball it. And if you start seeing color, that's a pretty good sign. And then this is just me doing the whole outline with the yellow. You're gonna want to do this a couple of times. I would say 2 to 3 layers of the color you want, so that when you do put your design on top, you can clearly see what you're doing. You can see how much more brighter it is now, which our design will lay perfectly on. But if you also think it's too transparent or your paint is just too transparent, you can always add white acrylic paint, that's what I do, to whatever you're using, and it makes it not only thicker, but it also just brings out the color more. And of course, use the 9 GAC. So after your paint's dry, you just want to grab some transfer paper, put it over this like so, and grab whatever design you have for your project and just place it over like this. You can tape everything down, I'd recommend it so it doesn't move. And after this, you're going to want to grab like a hard pen or pencil so that you can outline the whole image, and it should look something like this when you're done. As you can see when I pull away. Now, this is exactly what you want to be shown. And it doesn't matter if you miss some spots, because you can just cover up like I'm doing here. It's just a rough sketch for me to work with, and if I don't get all the details, that's fine by me also. But as you see here, when you start layering up your paints, it just becomes smoother and smoother to work with. So right here you can see me mixing just a couple of flesh tone colors, and then I'm putting down my GAC 9000, which is the fabric medium that you mix 1:1 with acrylic paints, so you can get this kind of like a more watered down acrylic, but it also gets absorbed into the denim pretty quickly. That's something you have to deal with. And there's going to be a lot of times where it feels like you're kind of playing with oil paints, because I guess it also acts as a retardant for your acrylic paints. So it's going to take a lot less time for it to dry out. And the usual method to get these paints to dry, I mean, with acrylic as well, is you take a hairdryer to your acrylic paints to make it dry faster so you can continue working on it. And the same thing goes with the fabric medium with the acrylic paint. So this is when I'm adding in some oranges and reds to make Georgie's raincoat a little more dirtier, and I'm even taking some blacks and whites and just lightening up the colors. But the reference for this was a still frame from when Pennywise was making Georgie's brother believe that he saw him in the house in the basement. And I was going to do like this whole portrait of Georgie, but I decided to go for the kind of white possessed eyes for this piece, because when I was painting it, I just thought it looked pretty cool, and it has kind of like this Junji Ito vibe that I was going to go for originally. So when I started painting this piece, I was just gung-ho about capturing Junji Ito's kind of style in a way, besides the whole black and white imagery from his comics, manga I should say. But yeah, right here you can see me just darkening up his raincoat to make it look dirty, like when he was in the dirty water in that scene. It was just filthy and scary. Here I'm just putting in the dark shades of the wrinkles to Georgie's raincoat, and I'm going between blacks, whites, and the yellow to just try to give it that even tone and contrast for the whole thing. And you're going to see later on in the video as well that I go back and forth a lot, because there's times when I think I finish a piece and then, you know, you take another look at it and you can just see that something is off. I know a lot of people use the mirror method, where you put it against the mirror, or you could take a picture and just flip it, and it can like adjust your eyes and your vision to see what's wrong with the piece. So I believe I did it with this when I thought I was done, but in any case, you can see me here putting more of the highlights in Georgie's raincoat, and I kept doing this constantly because there was times when I just saw there was things missing, and it either wasn't bright enough or it looked too dark to me. And I was going off a pretty grainy reference photo, but I just took the reference photo and just added things that I liked, and pretty much just tried to go for my own style, and more so using the reference as just that, a reference, to finish this Georgie piece. And yeah, this is the final touch in my editing, which would be just the whites and the yellows pretty much for the really, really bright highlights. I don't think I used much of just plain white in this piece at all. So here is the final reveal of my Pennywise Georgie pants, and this was an adventure on its own. Coming from doing the Resident Evil denim jacket, I always wanted to do either another jacket piece or move on to leather, but I thought to really get down the formula of doing painting on denim, I should say, I wanted another piece to do, and instead of a jacket I went to these jeans, which I felt like was a smart move, because I think it's more intricate and more complicated to do jeans, considering you're working on two pants legs, and the ones I was working on happened to get more narrow at the bottom. So measuring it out and figuring out how to transfer my design from Procreate and getting it the exact measurements to fit on these pants and have them evened out was all just a learning experience. As you can see here, it's up close of Pennywise, which looks, he just pops. The same with Georgie. And like I said, it gives it, I feel personally, gives it that Junji Ito kind of creepy Japanese style, which is exactly what I wanted. And like I said before, I wanted to I was thinking of putting Japanese lettering above Georgie, and I just decided to go against it because I think they just even each other out perfectly for the way I designed them to be. And yeah, I'm proud that I had this vision in my head and I was able to bring it to life and show you in person my design for this whole project. And here's the finished piece. This is Georgie and Pennywise. This was really, really fun project to do. And here's the there's Zara pants. Zara and Uniqlo are like my favorite jeans to go to. So yeah, they were really easy to work with. They're my size. I think these are 32. These are 32. These were got at a thrift store, which is another tool that I love, is going to thrift stores and finding different pieces that I can revamp or paint on. I love thrift stores. These I was wearing for a while before I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna take these and give them a redo. So there you have it. Now my next piece that I want to do is leather jacket. Now I'm a fanatic with leather jackets. I have a whole bunch, and finding them at the thrift store is kind of hard, especially like the style I like. It's kind of I like the slim fit kind of tight leather jackets, or like Lost Boys Dwayne kind of jacket. Yeah, and that's gonna be my next piece that I'm gonna do. Even though I don't have an idea yet, but I want to do a whole back piece, and maybe on the sleeves have like writing and just make it look all like messed up and cool. I'm most likely gonna do something horror themed, so maybe leave a comment what I should do on the leather jacket or who I should do. Like, I have a couple of ideas running, I just don't know what exactly is gonna be like the official design I have in mind. But yeah, like I said, after painting these, like, I don't know, I'm kind of obsessed. And like I've said before, I've done the Jordan sneakers of Freddy Krueger, and I've also did the Resident Evil denim jacket that I showed you before. So painting on clothes is pretty easy. It can be intimidating because of like the extra step of adding the one-to-one fabric with acrylic paint. But once you get the hang of it, like I was showing you in the video, I was just eyeballing it pretty much and doing a little mixture, because if I was to do like one-to-one, like in each little bottle, it was just, I felt personally like it would take up so much more time than I wanted it to. So I just did my own little method, and as you can see, it works out. So I hope you liked the video. I hope you learned something from it, because like I said before, I'm not a great teacher, but maybe this video will help somebody doing the same kind of thing or on the journey to start painting on clothing like denim. And for my next project, like I said before, I'm gonna be painting a leather jacket. And with that, I use Angelus paints, which is like strictly leather paints. And I feel like that's gonna be a lot easier because there's not the whole mixing or anything. It's gonna be like painting with your acrylics, just one step, painting on, and then doing like a clear coat after that. Like I said before, like and comment on the video. I want to see the comments saying what I should do on the leather jacket, because I do have one that I picked up at the thrift store not too long ago that I'm like, I think this is the piece, this is the jacket that I want to do the design on. So let me know what you think, what I should do, because I'm open to ideas. Like I said, I have a couple of my own, but I'm just not like set on a design yet. But I would love to do something with the leather jacket. And I also have more unboxing videos to do in the future. But like I said, I wanted to do something different for this channel, because I always said I wanted to do a whole painting video of something that I did, because I'm a painter, and break away from the reviewing and unboxing for a little bit. Even though I love doing that, it is expensive. It's an expensive hobby. Yeah, I'm still gonna be doing those videos, and hopefully expand more into also doing movie reviews, because that's what I love also, is movies, if you couldn't tell. Just a little editor's note here, but during the process of me making the video, I got COVID. So some of the voiceover is just me with this kind of like sick voice. Good thing it's not as bad as the first time I had it, but just wanted to clarify that's where like some of the audio gets mixed up and everything like that. But I just wanted to put this video out there, and yeah, hopefully I'm better soon, especially for the next video that I'm gonna put out. And like I said before, like, subscribe, and thank you for watching.